Hi, I'm Valerie. Thank you for joining me today. Today I wanted to post a quick video to share with you how our 2019-2020 school year has gone so far. We officially kicked off a week ago, a little over a week ago, and we are well on our way. It feels good to have that first week under our belts. And so I just wanted to kind of let you know how things are shaping up for us. I set up a schedule for the kids this year. I don't normally do that, set times that they are going to be doing each of their assignments. We usually just have sort of a flow, an order that we try to follow. But this year I'm trying to be able to teach more things with each of the kids. I want to be able to have time to help the girls with English and Matthew with English and, be there to answer questions and not have a lot of overlap. So the things they can do independently, I try to have the older ones working independently while I'm helping the younger ones. And then while the younger ones are able to work on something alone, then I go and can help work with the older ones. So I'm trying to split my time up better. And in doing that, I assigned everyone some time schedules. And, getting started on something like that was kind of a challenge the first couple of days, getting into that routine. We quickly made some adjustments. For instance, my ninth grader who's doing science that has a lot of labs and a lab notebook required. She's doing apologia, physical science. She realized she wanted to do that last. So I rearranged her schedule so she could do that last. Another little hiccup we ran into was I had the wrong edition of Score Keys for some of the social studies paces that she was doing, so I had to order the updated version. So she was about 5 days. She went ahead and did the work in the pace, but she couldn't score it or grade it until those arrived, but they got here really quickly, thankfully, and so she got all caught up with her grading, and everything is going smoothly so far. The Bible that we're doing is really good. I'm letting them skip questions if we don't really know the answers, because as I mentioned in my videos where I shared with you what our curriculum choices were for this year, this Bible is a new program to me, and it doesn't have a teacher's guide or score keys or answer keys or anything like that. So we're just having to do it on our own. And it's taken some adjustment. The good news is that none of the kids have to do a lot of pages in it every day, 2 to 3 pages for my son who's a senior, and then 1 page a day for the younger ones. And I'm glad I started them where I did in this material. It's not extremely advanced, but because it sort of builds, it was good that we started with book A. They probably were smart enough to do book B, but I thought, why not just begin at the beginning? And I think that's the right choice so far. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the year. Spelling Power has been the biggest change to our curriculum this year, and I wanted to share a couple things the way I'm trying to make it work. I did order the notebooks that come with the program. I got those on CBD, and those are working really well for 2 of my kids. My 7th grader and my 4th grader like using the notebooks. Now my oldest child doing the program, Leslie, who's in 9th grade, she's using, I just made copies because this book includes some masters that you can use, and I just made copies of those, punched holes in them and put them in a binder for her, and she likes using that, so that's been really good. The first week I did all the placement testing, and if you don't know about Spelling Power, it's based on levels and instead of grades, and basically you're going over new words every day, and if they know the word and can spell it with no problem, they just move on. They don't keep working on that word for a week. If they know it, they go on. If they don't know it, they keep on practicing it every day until they get it correctly, and then they review it later in the program. So the first week was placement testing. There's a general survey test that kind of tells you the level your child should be in approximately. Then you go and give them the test for that level. There's a placement test for that level. So if you think your child is in level C, after he does the survey test, which there's instructions in this book to do it, everything you need to know about Spelling Power is in this book. I got it for $13 used on eBay. It's about a $65 book if you buy it brand new. So I was really pleased with that savings. But so you do the placement test for level C, and if they don't do well on that, then you move them to level B. If they do really well, then you test them for level D, and it just you kind of figure out their level. And when they get in the level, then you start there and you just climb up. And it starts at level A, obviously, and then it goes all the way to level K. Now, my senior, I wasn't planning on him doing spelling power. He's been doing spelling every year up until 11th grade, so I felt like he was a pretty decent speller. But he wanted to do the placement testing just to see where he would fall, and he absolutely did great. He wouldn't need the program. It's a good thing I didn't plan for him to do it, because he tested completely out of it and does not need to do spelling, so he's concentrating on his writing skills this year mostly. But anyway, so that was just interesting to do. And then when I did the placement, I made these tabs for each of my kids and where they are in the book, because it would take a lot of time to thumb through and find the place every day, because you just basically start in a section and just keep going, turning the page. And so I did the tabs, and they're sticky. I can remove them and as I need to. And it's better than a bookmark. It's better than having to cut the spine off and put it in a binder. So that's been something that's worked really well for me. I also ordered Bananagrams letters. This program concentrates on hands-on, which is really what I was excited about for my youngest, who struggled with spelling. This is a kinesthetic approach. He can lay the tiles out and rearrange them and spell words. If he's wrong, he hunts for the right letter. And what I did is I bought this container at Walmart for crafting beads and things. And obviously, I don't know if you can see, it's really great. All the letters are divided up. There are some extra. But he doesn't have to hunt for the letters. He knows the alphabet order. And a bonus on this, he really didn't know the alphabet order. I mean, he wasn't stopping to think about where the letters fall in regards to like the front of the alphabet or the end. So this is helping him to realize, oh, D, it's going to be close to the front of the alphabet. It's going to be near the top. So anyway, just a little bonus. And we've been enjoying the Knotgrass history. I've been doing that with my 7th grader and my 4th grader, and it is a little bit, I don't know if it's easy. It's easy for my 7th grader to do. She's not challenged at all, but she is interested. So I feel like that's a win. The same is true of her Sunlight science that she's doing. It is a little bit easy for her to do. It's not as challenging maybe as what I would normally want, but she likes it. She likes what she's learning about. She's learning about the human body, and that's very intriguing to her. So she does finish the work pretty quickly each day, but she's really enjoying it. So I feel like that's a win, and she's doing well with it. So next year she'll obviously move up a level or something. I don't know exactly what we're going to do next year for science, but I'm enjoying where she's at right now. But back to the Knotgrass history, we are enjoying it, and my youngest son, it's really right at his level. It's perfect. So 4th graders, this is a great option for 4th grade. Probably 3rd grade too would be good. But one thing I noticed is that they do mention some geography in the first week. They talk about an isthmus, and he didn't know what that was. So I had this book, Geography from A to Z, a picture glossary. So it is definitely for a younger child because it is arranged like this. Pictures, large font, and pretty basic definitions. And isthmus is in this, and so we were able to look it up, to read about it, to see a drawing of what it is. So I highly recommend this book. You can get it on Amazon, and it will be a great supplement to any history or geography material you have, especially for lower elementary grades. So 1st grade, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, even 5th and 6th graders. It's quick and easy. It's not challenging. It's a clear presentation. A lot of times, the simpler the better. If you want a child to learn and understand the material, as long as they're not offended, and my kids would not be offended, I guess because I still like kids' literature. I love reading to children. If I could get a job at a library to just do the story time and read aloud, I would really enjoy that. So maybe that's helped my kids to not be embarrassed or afraid to use. Obviously, my high schooler would not use this. He would go to Google and he would look up isthmus and he would read the Wikipedia article. But for elementary kids, this is great. So I highly recommend it. anyway, that's basically what we're doing. My oldest son is also working a job, and so we're really blessed that homeschooling affords him the time off. He can rearrange his schedule, work ahead, work on a Saturday, work in the afternoon to get his schoolwork completed. I do require him to do the work. We're not just going to drop out or anything, even though he has a job he enjoys. So that's kind of where we are so far. It's been pretty easy. Also, the ticket system that I've implemented, which I'd like to do a video about at a later time, but the ticket system is really working well. They earn tickets for different things, and then they can use those tickets for privileges or for little things in our school store that I have, just little like puzzles and a yo-yo. They really love the yo-yo. So, that's been a real hit. Probably the best thing I've done this year is open that school store and develop that idea and have a reward system. I don't know why I didn't think of this years ago. I'm slow, I guess. But anyway, so it's been great. If you have any questions for me or any suggestions for me, I would really appreciate your taking the time to comment. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love for you to do that as well and give me a like, a share. I'd love to hear from you. I love meeting new people. Thank you for watching, and I hope your homeschooling journey is a fun and happy one.